Hi friends, this video is going to be super interesting because in this video I will do analysis of Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited MDL, a very popular and a multi-bagger stock. The reason I am doing this analysis is because many of you requested to do a full analysis of this stock. So I am reading your comments and creating this video for you. The only humble request I have for you is that do not watch this video if you do not have 10 to 15 minutes of your time, because half knowledge is worse than no knowledge. With that spirit, let's get this video started. So if you look at the price history of MDL stock, you will see that in the last 5 years, stock has given close to 1100% returns. And as I said in the beginning of the video, the stock is already a multi-bagger stock. But more importantly, if I show you the last 1 year's history, you will see that the stock has given 185% returns. Here you will notice two very important observations. Number one is that from around, let us say, May 2023 to almost beginning of September 2023, the stock has given a massive bull run. Okay, so it has gone from 700, 800 level to almost 2100 level. So almost 3 times returns. So 3 times returns in just 3 months is a crazy return. I don't know how many stocks has given it. I will help you understand why this rally has happened in the 3 months of duration between May to September. That is point number one. And it is extremely important for us to understand that, because without understanding the background of the stock, you can never make a decision about what is going to happen in the future, right? Point number two, you will notice is that from September 2023 onwards, the stock has been moving sideways, right? If you see from 2000 levels, it has gone down slightly, 1900 level, come back up to 2200 level. And now it is again getting corrected. So almost 6 months period, the stock has been moving sideways or has been consolidating. There is no massive profit booking happening. The bigger question now is that is it going to give a breakout from here because it has been consolidating in the last 6 months, or will it continue to consolidate or even further make corrections is what we need to understand. I will help you understand all of that fundamentally with some data. I will not make things up. I will present you data and let you make the decisions, right? Also, lastly, I want to cover the last 1 month history of the share price. You will see that in the last 1 month, the stock has been falling from 2300 rupees level to right now at 2100 rupees level. So it is a very good correction of about 10 to 11%. This being a mid cap stock, 10 to 11% of correction is a decent correction. The question is it the time to buy this stock or not? I'll cover all of that, but again, a humble request. If you like this sort of analysis, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments a simple thank you. And with that, let me now take you into the journey of this stock first. Then I will come and present to you information that nobody else is talking about on YouTube. So a 30-second commentary about what the company does. So this company is a PSU company operating in defense sector, and they mainly build warships and submarines, right? Now, if I come and talk about their journey, the company started as a private company in 1934. Then the company was given Mini Ratna in 2006. And more importantly, the company had the IPO coming up in 2020, right? Now, if I talk about the IPO price was only 145 rupees. That was the offer price. The stock got listed at around 216 rupees. So 51% of premium it got listed at that time. And then it tanked to 173 rupees. This history is very important, because if I come back and show you the chart of this stock from November 2020, the stock has been consolidating at the same level of between 200 to 300. No massive movements. But if you notice, from around June, July 2022 onwards, the stock almost tripled within just 6 to 8 months, right? What did drive this rally? If I show you the P&L, what you will notice here is that up until 2021, you will see the revenues were flat, 4,000 crore, 9,000 crore, 6,000 crores, and so on, right? But all of a sudden, when the March 2022 results were announced in April or May 2022 time frame, then what happened was this growth you see from 4,000 crore, it went up to 5,700 crores, almost 40% growth in their revenues, right? That is why the stock prices followed this fundamental growth in the company, right? Also, if I show you now, the next particular growth came here somewhere around May 2023 to almost September 2023. Within the 3 months, the stock again tripled, almost triple, right? And if you look at the reason again here, March 2023 results were again showing 35% growth in revenues. And if you see the profits, they almost double, right? So my point here is simple, that fundamentals have been driving the price appreciation of this company. But more importantly, if I show you one of the main reason of this stock appreciating by almost 3 times here is the very strong order book. So what you see on my screen is April 2023 presentation, and you see the order book there. It is 40,000 crores. This number is in millions. That's why I've converted that into crores. So 40,000 crores was the order book in the month of May 2023, right? And if I look at the revenues at that time were around 8,000 crores, right? So almost 5 times the order book the stock was sitting at. And this stock at that time time was at the peak because the revenues were all-time high, the profits were all-time high, and the order book was also all-time high, right? Now from that time onwards, the stock has been moving to sideways. So if I come back and show you the last 1 year's history here, you will see that from almost September 2023, the stock has been moving sideways. What is the reason for this? Again, if I show you the order book here, this is April presentation. Let us have a look at May 2023 presentation. Their order book was 38,000 crores. So no massive improvement in the order book. So when that happens, the investors are not likely to pour more money, right? Fast forward to February 2024 presentation and you will see the order book is still 38,000 crores, right? You can see the data on my screen. So the point is from September 2023 to Feb 2024, the order book has not moved. And as a result, what has happened? The stock has been moving only sideways. The important point for us to understand is that the fundamentals of the company drive the technical charts. It's never other way around. And people get so deep into technical charts and try to make inferences, which is also fine, but you got to look at the fundamental. Your starting point is the fundamentals, right? So far, if you're liking this video, humble request for you to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments a simple thank you. It will motivate me to do more analysis for you at zero cost. Also, you can consider subscribing to my YouTube member community. You will find the link in the description. I share a lot of in-depth analysis on mutual funds, on stocks and various other assets. You will learn a lot in that community, right? Now the question comes, Rahul, will this stock from here on continue to move sideways or can it give us a breakout, right? That is the question we need to understand and answer that. For that, let us understand how this order book is going to move in the next 12 months or 24 months, because if we know that the order book is going to grow at a very healthy rate, then what happens is the stock price is going to follow. The entire reason of me explaining you this background is just because you understand this stock is moving based on the order book here, right? It is not even the revenues or the profits. Revenues and profits will follow the order book. And this is the point that the portfolio investors read through the management commentary of the company and then they make decisions. Rahul, don't give us gyan, just come to the point. I'm coming to the point only, right? So the first point here is that page number 7, if we read, this 38,000 crores of order book is going to get exhausted in the next 3 years as per their management. You can read this commentary. I'm not going into details of this commentary, but the point is simple. This 38,000 crores of order book is going to get exhausted by the next 3 years. So we need to really understand how can this order book grow, but looks like right now that in the next 3 years, this order book is going to get exhausted. Now, if you look at the new orders, the major announcement you will see is that the company has done a tie-up with a European client and they are going to get an order of 42 million US dollars. You might have heard this in the news, people who are following this stock. 350 crores is the order book if I look at that. And if I look at the ONGC contract the company got recently, they announced is going to be around 1150 crores only. If I do this total is only 15 crores of new orders. But there is a but here that this 1500 crores is already built into the 38,000 crores of order book. And not many people understand that. They just read the news that, okay, MDL has signed a contract with ONGC. The order is going to be around 1100 crores. Let's go and buy this stock. No, you need to look at the order book. The order book still remains constant. It is at 38,000 crores and it does include the ONGC order. It does include the European client order as well, right? So from that perspective, this still is a static order book as far as I can see. But where the growth is going to come is, let us understand that. In fact, if you look at the page 8, what their management, Mr. Sanjeev Singhal is saying is that the major order, the last major order they got was in 2015, okay? And after 2015, the next big order they got in 2017 and 18. So in the last 6 to 7 years, they have not got any major orders. So the question is the order book going to grow or not, right? So let me continue to read this and you look at the February presentation here. This is a significant point here. Page number 4, what the company is saying is that they submitted a bid 2 months ago. So around December 2023, they submitted a bid for adding on 3 submarines. How much of order the submarines are going to bring? Let me break it down for you. If you look at their order book right now, the submarines you see here, 6 submarines is going to bring 28,000 crores. So 3 submarines, if I do a arithmetic math, you will see it is going to be around 14,000 crores worth of orders. Now, when are these orders going to be materialized? What the company is saying is that there is no decision right now. We cannot give you the time frame, but the management thinks that in the next 4 to 8 months, so nothing is going to happen before elections as far as I can see, maybe by the end of this year, right? This order book can be confirmed. They can start to build. Revenues will even follow after 1 year or 2 years, right? Because there's a long gestation period here. So until these orders are hitting the revenues, what is likely to happen is that the stock is likely to move sideways only. I can't see any major breakout here, because if you see, the major orders are going to come from these three submarines. Also, if I continue to show you page 5, you will see that they are also waiting for a RFP that is going to give them the next generation destroyer. Orders are also likely to come. They have not even started the RFP process. So all in all, I can say that for the next 2 to 3 years, I do not see major movement in the order book. But what is likely to happen is the moment these orders are issued by Indian government or Indian Navy, it will hit the news. And when things like this comes into news that Indian Navy is asking for next generation destroyer and they have allocated a budget of 50,000 crore, for example, stock price will soar at that time. So it is going to trade based on those news. But I can see that for the next 6 months at least, I do not see any major breakouts here coming up, unless there is some big announcement that happens from globally, they have got a new client and things like that. But right now, as I see, there is not going to be any major breakout in this stock. In fact, that is the reason profit booking is going on in this stock. If you see, last 1 month, stock had gone down by 10 to 11%. Why? Because investors are reading these presentations and they're making their decisions. And that is why the profit booking is going on right now in the stock, and the stock has fallen by 10 to 11%. Also, there are two eminent risks that I see right now in this stock. So let me walk you them through. First one is that if you see the offer for sale that might come up anytime soon. In fact, somebody was asking this question, this Rahul, not me, some other investor was asking this question, that when are you likely to issue your offer for sales? And for this, Sanjeev was saying that this is not under their control. It is Ministry of Finance. There is a separate ministry under Ministry of Finance, and that will announce the offer for sale. Just to put this in context, what could happen here the moment the offer for sales is announced by this company? If I give you an example of IRFC share, the moment the offer for sale was announced, the stock plunged by close to 9%. Why? Because at that time, government kept the price of the offer for share 10% lower than the market price, right? So this is what typically happens. For example, right now this stock is trading at around 2000 rupees level. Let us say the government issues the offer for sale and freeze the price at 1800 rupees level. Then what is going to happen is automatically the stock price is going to get corrected to 1800 rupees level. So people who are looking at fresh entry right now, this is one of the big risks, that anytime the government can announce OFS. Do I know when they will announce? No, of course not. And this is where the risk that people will take if they want to take a fresh entry into this stock. Second risk that I want you to be aware of is that if you see the latest quarterly results, what you will notice is that their revenues from operations have gone up by 30% if you look at the year on year, and 29% if you look at the quarter on quarter, right? But if you look at the profit after tax, that is gone crazy, 77% and 88% respectively, as you can see on my chart. And the reason for this massive improvement in the profit is because of they're getting some rebates back from Indian Navy, because Indian Navy has penalized these guys because they delivered some of the warships late, and because of that there was a liquidity damage that was carried over to the MDL's books. But now in the last 2 quarters, they have been getting that money back, and that is getting added to the profits. And that is likely to happen in the next quarter as well, because they're expecting one more refund from Indian Navy. So this is going to continue, that these margins that we are seeing, which is around 80%, 70%, it's extremely high, right? Because the revenues are only growing by 30% and your profit margins are going like by 88%, right? So people who are advanced investor in this company, they will understand, they will have this natural question that why that has happened. And I've explained to you the reason, that it is some rebate that they are getting from the previous late deliveries they did, and it is likely to continue for at least next 1 quarter. But what happens after that 1 quarter is that these profit margins are going to get normalized. And when that happens, when investors look at their profits, they will say, oh, well, the profits are declining now, and there might be a correction, more correction coming up in this stock. So you just need to be really careful. So far, if you're liking this video, humble request for you to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments a simple thank you. It will motivate me to do more analysis for you at zero cost. Now coming back to this stock, if you look at the valuation as well, you will see the PE ratio and PB ratio right now. MDL is trading at around 28 PE. The industry PE is at around 31. So I think it is almost going to the industry level. And if you look at the book value, it is 8.91 times, while industry PV is 9.56, almost going to touch the industry level PB. So I think the entire juice from this stock has been extracted already by investors in my view, right? I do not see any potential upside in the next 6 to 8 months right now as we stand. Things can change in the 2 months, 3 months time. I could of course be very, very wrong here, but what I have done is I have done the research for you to make the decision that you can make on this stock. Also a disclaimer that I do not hold this stock right now, okay? And I do not plan to enter into this stock in the next 6 to 8 months because of the reasons that I have given you. Again, it is not a stock recommendation for you, but I have given you my personal views that you can use to do your own research and make your own decisions, because ultimately it is your money and your decision. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, keep rocking.